The segment obviously is very powerful, and from a civil legal services perspective, there are a variety of concerns and questions that immediately come to mind. I'm sure you agree. The first thing is that what does this client immediately need? Because the video shows a person who is being emotionally and verbally abused by a son. From the language that's used, from the tone that's used, my concerns are that from a legal services point of view, that I am not able, just based on what I saw, to remove the son from the home. There's not enough there legally. Of course, if it turns out that this is not the first time that she's been verbally abused, and if there are other threats that have happened before this, we may be able to put together enough of a story to actually go into family court or even criminal court, depending on what the other situations are that have preceded this, and get an order of protection, so at least that she's immediately safe from any future harm.
I noticed also that her son threatened her with a nursing home, and she was very against that. So I would want to make sure that she does have someone she trusts who's appointed as a healthcare proxy. There's a sign that she might have some cognitive decline, so it's very important for her to do some planning about who she trusts to be able to make medical decisions for her, to be able to take on financial transactions for her. So I would definitely want to consult with her about naming a healthcare proxy, making sure that she has a power of attorney or revoking a power of attorney that her son might have if she's afraid that he will be taking steps against her interests.
When we work in this area, that one of the barriers and great challenges is the client's reluctance to take any action, especially if this son is her only child or her only caregiver, and that she may, and it appears very much from the video, that she cares for her son, that she's trying to protect him, that she doesn't want him to have any more stress in his life, and that all of that taken together would have to be taken into consideration and talked about. And of course, from a civil legal services end, we will not take any action without our clients' full consent and advising us as to what they want us to do and not do. If we're able to get an order of protection, the client then, we feel, is safer. If there is any action, again, taken by the son that violates that order of protection, if he simply verbally abuses, again, his mother, or threatens her, or refuses to give her medicine, she has the ability to know that she has the power to call the police, or call us, or call her social worker, and the son will have violated that order of protection and would be arrested. And from there, we could remove the son from the home. Many of our clients are frightened that if they take out that order of protection, that the abuse will escalate and that they will be more at risk. In our experience, we've found that even sometimes just knowing that the client has taken that step sometimes stops the abuse, that the son, or whoever it is that's the abuser, in this case the son in the video, will realize that there's other eyes, as you said, on the situation, and the abuse will sometimes subside.
In this video, we saw that her son was refusing to fill her prescription because of the costs associated with that. That, in addition to the clues of a substance abuse issue, raises the concerns of financial exploitation, which often go hand in hand with intimidation and other types of elder abuse. In these types of situations, it's very important for the client to be aware of whether any financial exploitation is happening. And unfortunately, clients don't often have that knowledge because they don't go to the bank often, they don't have online access. So one of the first things I would do is I would actually go either with the client to the bank or assist the client in getting statements going back several months, maybe even a year. He would go over it to see whether there was any unauthorized charges, any checks that she didn't authorize, any credit card or debit card charges. I'd find out whether the son does have access to the account, and whether she wants him to have that access. With the client's authorization, we could move forward to either close off lines of credit, restrict access to the accounts, and also even maybe run a credit check or a credit freeze, depending on what we see in terms of signs of abuse.
Right. I think those are very important points. And in addition, you know, we also would want to look at if this is a home. I can't tell whether it's a home or an apartment, but certainly we would also run a check, which you can do online now, if it was a home, as to whether there had been any deed transfers, mortgages taken out, because often, as you say, they don't even know that that has occurred because it's occurred without their knowledge.
And if the financial exploitation has occurred, of course, legal service would be very important to either defend in any type of suits, any type of collections actions, but also we've had success advocating with banks to forgive our unauthorized charges, to either forgive portion or all of them.
I think that when civil legal services offer advice and counsel and lawyers to assist, that it can help the client have the strength they need, along with social work, as we've pointed out earlier, but that it gives them power, it empowers them to take action that they may not otherwise take. And even if they don't take that action today, just knowing that they can come back to us and that we will in fact represent them often is what they need to move forward.